stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around. Every episode, spitting truth, old school jams and the latest youth. We keep it real, no sugarcoat. Pop culture on the mic we wrote. So tell your friends and hit subscribe. Snake Cinema here to vibe. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. We're the hottest review in your street. Snake Cinema podcast, stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibe, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around.
What it do? Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Elias, and this is going to be a wonderful, banging episode. But first, let's pay these fake bills. They're real bills, but not really. This episode and every episode is brought to you by Mutation Station, Lucy Land Ball Pythons, Candy Lady Creations, Flexin' and Finessing Reptiles, and also our brand new sponsor, Shed Outfitters. It's a dope new clothing line made for reptile people. It's a bunch of lizards. I even ordered I got a macaw shirt that I will show later on, but they are super dope. Use code SHED10 on shedoutfitters.com and follow them on Instagram. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Life updates, besides me getting better from a cold. So if my voice go in and out, that's why. But school year is going great. Animals are doing great. Babies are growing. It's amazing. I do want to stop and take the time to say rest in peace and give sorry, I'm back. Okay, sorry. It was buffering. I do want to say give honor and say rest in peace to our brother JD from Ball Game, who passed away suddenly a couple of days ago. So please keep his family, his wife and kids in your prayers. And once I get the GoFundMe link off Facebook, I will post that in the description of this episode, and and also through my socials. So please rest in peace. We're sorry for that terrible loss. He was a positive person, always supported my YouTube channel, always see him in the chats of Hair Down and Sophisticated Ignorance. He was just such a dope dude and always sharing our stuff. So we will miss you, brother. Gone too soon. And like our brother Keys always say, life is too short. Tell everybody you love them and hug your mother. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and bring out our special guests. These all are my brothers in the hobby. They're super supportive, always help me out, always supported me in all my endeavors, and just all around dope people. We're going to bring out the first one. He is the pillar of the community. He is the prophet, our brother T Keys in the building.
What it do? Thanks for inviting me, bro. Appreciate it.
And somewhere in the background, we got his queen, Keisha.
Hey.
Yeah. And thanks to this lovely couple, I was introduced to this other amazing couple from Georgia, who I can't wait to meet in person, but they're super dope couple, and they are huge Game of Thrones and House of Dragons fans. I knew at the moment they showed off their lizard, Balerion, I believe, and all their other animals. And so let's give it up for the beautiful, amazing couple, ENT Reptiles.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tapping in on today's episode.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning, fellas.
And then, last but not least, at least for right now, we might have another guest pop up. We have the guy who told me, "Hey, bro, when you talk House of Dragons, you better put me on." He pretty much threatened me, and I was like, "For sure." But he's your brother. He's my brother. It's Mr. Floppy in the building.
Mr. Floppy.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Bro.
It's like we always see each other every 3 days, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
The
We
weekend
always on
warriors.
this YouTube.
Yes. Thank y'all all for tapping in. And again, we might have some other guests pop in to talk House of Dragons. But for right now, I want us to begin with something a little fun. Let's go ahead and answer the question. Are you team green or are you team black?
Man, Team Black.
Black all the way. Black all the way.
Team Black, man.
Keisha got some hesitancy.
Yeah.
Yo, they team. Everyone's the asshole here.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Everyone
So I got to
is.
choose an alliance. Oh man.
Yeah, you got to.
That is true, Keisha, but some of them are guided assholes. Like they were pushed into assholism.
Oh, we def gonna get into it. I can't wait.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm still Team White Walker. Team White Walker. Let's start over again.
I mean, I feel you. Even with the first show, Game of Thrones, it was so hard for me in season 1 to pick who to root for. Even the Starks, as nice and kind as the father tried to be, and how noble and honorable he tried to be, they were still kind of crazy. And he was still a cheater. He had bastard children, and they faced a lot of dumb decisions that could have, been prevented. So it was hard for me to root for Stark in the beginning. And I just love the jerks of the Lannisters. It was just they were just assholes for no reason. But I will answer my own question and say right now I'm Team Black.
Right now.
I'm just saying, Game of Thrones, they might throw us for a loop.
Yeah.
Like they did with the
and
season 8. Elijah with us? Oh, we got service?
It's buffering. I think. Elijah, you back?
I shoot my Wi-Fi acting up. Okay, I'm back. Thank y'all. Like I was saying before, my Wi-Fi betrayed me. Game of Thrones writers will find a way to make me feel sorry for certain characters by season 3, 4, 5, whatever. So who knows? But right now, I'm saying I'm Team Black. Let's see.
2 more seasons.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They did say they're keeping it pretty short. They're not going crazy like Game of Thrones.
Man, they still rush Game of Thrones from, my opinion. They rushed season. I mean, the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
You could
especially
tell.
that season.
Yeah, you could tell the showrunners was like over it and they wanted to move on, but time pretty much told that we didn't care about any other work they tried to do outside of Game of Thrones. So they should have just kept with it and ended it on a high note instead of trying to rush to end so they can move on to something else.
Yeah. All the character development out the window.
Pretty much. And it made, even though I was happy of the outcome, I wasn't happy how the outcome. Like the execution. So it didn't mean anything to me to see the final ending. It was like, man. And I didn't read the books, so I didn't know what's going to happen. Thank you, Keisha, for putting in JD's wife's Cash App. Thank you.
Did you
I also put the link to the link to her Facebook post if you wanted to, get as much information.
Right, we said I'm be crazy.
Thank you. See, this is why I call Keisha the producer. She does the thing.
Right.
Bosa brother, thank y'all for tapping in. Banner, thank y'all, everybody, for tapping in.
Princess Banner.
Okay, so let's begin. Let's tap in a little bit on y'all's thoughts, and I'll give everybody a chance to say how they feel. Let's go ahead and first, before we jump into season 2, the current season that just ended, let's talk about our thoughts on season 1. We'll start with you, T.
Season 1 was better than I expected. My expectations weren't that high going in, but they were like, I was blown away by the end, by everything. The acting was good. The dragons were amazing. The storyline was like, it was intriguing. I liked the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. I because of how Game of Thrones ended, I came in with super low expectations when they announced House of Dragons. I was like, y'all broke my trust. I don't know if I could trust y'all again. But I think after episode 2, I was on board and I said, okay, I can get with this. And so I really enjoyed it. How about you, Ro?
Oh, everything was good. Everybody really tuned in to see the dragons, and they didn't disappoint with the animation, with everything going on, with the fights. So it was very dope. The most unexpected scene was old dude with the cane. He's he's a foot person. Having foot fetish. I'm like, what the hell?
But you wrong for that.
Yo, I called somebody. Oh man, he got a foot fetish. Saw that shit early.
That was the most unexpected thing right there. I'm like, hey man, get your little freaky ass on, man.
He's going to town.
Remind me.
Man, trading secrets for foot massages,
How about y'all, Orlando and
glad
Thorell?
that's all he wanted. I'm glad he was a foot person, because he could have been any other type of person. So good for her. Good for her.
Okay. Or for me, I give it like a B. I feel like it started out real strong. I like just the intro of how they came in, the setup with King Jaehaerys. I love all that fanfare. Say House of Dragons, a lot of us were looking more for like just the interaction with the dragon. You don't have to do this $1 million scene. Just give me let me see them interacting with them as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Do a flashback to Tyrion, because we're House of Dragon fans. All of us in this on the panel, we're House of Dragon. Game of Thrones fans. When other people come in, they were coming from the tail end and listening to House Game of Thrones. So they can't listen to the dragons, and I feel like sometimes it's like, you gotta give a big scene and spend a lot of money, just a little bit, just here, there, just But overall, I felt I more so appreciated it once I went and saw the I don't know, have y'all watched the HBO's one where they do the making of each episode?
Oh yeah.
When you realize they were so invested, that's what a budget went. They were so invested on making everything, everything was touchable. It wasn't a lot of CGI stuff in it. So I quickly realized, okay, that's what a budget, that's what a time. They doing 12 sets at one. That's what a budget went. So like I said, I give them like a B plus. B not just B. Just a B.
Yeah. That's good. What about you, T?
I sort of feel the same. Now I will say, just like he said, I was expecting more dragon interaction. What I was expecting to see is them showing us more of the dragons growing up, where they sort of, came from and all of that. So that was sort of a letdown, but still, just like y'all, I came in with sort of low expectations outside of wanting to know more about the dragons, but it did surprise me. Now, one thing I will say about season 1 is, and a lot of people may not agree with me, but I think I sort of liked the old, and I may be getting ahead of you here, and if I am, you can stop me, but I
No, you go ahead.
Like the old
actors, like the cast.
I'm trying to think of her name, the Queen.
The younger version of
Allison.
They jump forward was like you weren't connecting.
I didn't connect as much with the jump forward when they came into the adult version of her. Now, I think I like the adult version of Allison better than the adult version. But that's just me.
Gotcha.
It took
So
me
what
a
you say
while.
was? So you say it was too much of a time jump?
Yeah.
I get that.
One
I get
episode,
that.
they were kids, and in the very next episode,
Yeah.
they were grown and had kids of their own. It's like,
That was
I
weird.
think the girl, what was her name? Lana. She changed 3 times, so it's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm like, who is this?
The green one?
Yeah.
the one that Damon ended up marrying. Rainey's daughter.
Yeah.
Princess.
Oh
I know
yeah.
you talking
Queen
about
who never
that girl.
moved.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
but yes, I agree with everything y'all said pretty much. And the one question I forgot to ask, has anybody read any of the books, or we just all just off the show fans?
Off the show.
Well,
I read a couple of the Game of Thrones
Look
books.
at that, look at that.
Look, we got 2 sets of books and have yet to read them, but
I think
Hey.
reading a lot of stuff about Ice and Fire, then it sort of made sense where they were going with this with season 1. It made more sense knowing what was in the book. So
Okay.
but I'm afraid to read them because I don't like when it tells too much. You know, like sometimes
You don't want it spoiled for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
well,
understand.
I can
Yeah.
guarantee y'all it will not spoil anything by reading. Because
It's kind of like I know we talk about House of Dragons, but it's kind of like with like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I think they should leave Harry Potter like it is and don't try to make Curse of the Child.
Oh, I have that too.
Yeah, so it's like that. They need to leave Harry Potter where it's at and don't make another movie.
Yeah, just leave it where it is, as it is.
Mhm.
And I'm glad I'm not the only one who hasn't read the books. So that's all I needed to know, because I thought I was gonna be the odd man out, not knowing all the backstory and the deep ends of things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's the audiobooks version for me, because this is a lot to sit down and read. I'm not that.
So while I'm driving,
Mhm.
I can start on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after the series is done, because I like watching the visuals, I will go and listen to the audiobooks just to compare what they took out, what they changed, what they skipped, what they might have added on.
What I think they did a great job on, was when there was a lot of fans were saying, "Hey, you guys changed it so much from," but it's like you have to remember what we are reading are supposed to be from the scrolls and the history books, from how different people wrote it, kind of like with the Bible, where each person got their own little section of what they feel, but it's not accurate because, hey, if I'm a Democrat, I'm gonna portray people I don't like a certain way.
That makes sense.
You know,
Like the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is all different portrayals of the gospel.
yeah.
But they're all about the same thing. But it's just different people's perspective.
Perspective. We can all watch the same thing and pick up something a little different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true. That's 100% true. Okay, so let's dig deep into season 2. Now that everybody done caught up, I'm gonna say this right now. I never been so frustrated and so angry with Doctor Who since that man left their show as I have been on season 2. I am so over Damon, or Damien, whatever his name is. He got on my nerves this whole season. He's the villain, not because of his actions, it's because of the inactions of season 2. He did nothing.
They said Damien failure with that.
Yeah, they really almost destroyed his
They
character
could've
in season 2.
They like doing that.
I don't know. I love when they cut off that dude head in the I think it was season 1.
Y'all, yeah.
He said, "Don't call my child a bastard" or something like that, and then he just straight cut off the dude's
Right.
head. I was
When the
like,
king
that's-
said,
I mean, he was so great season 1, and then we got nothing but visions and flashbacks.
Going crazy. Going
season 2.
crazy. Just had him go crazy.
And that poor dragon, he is just sitting there bored out his mind.
Right. The part that got me with Damon is when he told them either serve my queen or he was going to burn them all.
Yeah.
And then they was like, he didn't do it after they
Yeah.
chose not to serve. And it was like, I didn't think they would choose death so fast.
And Carax was sitting in the back.
But he
Like,
didn't do anything to it. Like,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna murder at least a couple of people.
That would've
I was waiting
I
for
feel
it.
like
I was looking for a bloodbath.
that was the one time for Carax to take just his tail and knock two of them down. And not hurt him, I just like, this is what I could do. And then get them back in line.
Nah, Damon and Caraxus would have burned 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
The rest of them in line.
Because that's the thing. Caraxus does like burn. That's the thing they say about him in the books. You know, I've seen a lot of
Because that's what Daenerys did. She told them, serve me or die. And when they didn't, she killed him and his son.
And his son. Yeah.
And the rest of them fell in line. So this was a big deviation from that. But I could have done without the whole Harrenhal.
They spent so much on that what do they call it? Like that set that I feel like they got to stay in this for a minute. So we're gonna drag this out.
Yeah. It was a lot of like filler points or whatnot, like conversations that wasn't needed.
Yeah, and we didn't need
good dialogue.
Battle scenes for dragons, but there was it's so many avenues they could have chosen to go than what they stuck with. It's like, gosh, everything don't have to be a fight scene, but when you think about Game of Thrones, they gave us like sometimes it would just be Tyrion and somebody talking, and it would just.
I miss that so much. Those amazing, intelligent conversations that were had. Like I could remember some things that Tyrion said. I could give you some quotes of some things that random people have said that were just dope lines. We don't get that. We don't get that type of writing with this show. It's interesting. It's good, but it's not on. It's more surface level than Game of Thrones went deep into. And that's the one thing I do miss. And you can enjoy it on the surface level, you know, but
when you said that you were doing this podcast, I was like, oh, let me hurry and go back and try to watch some of Game of Thrones because I probably forgot. And just the first episodes, like when they were coming out, like they set up for so long. Like when they were coming with Robert Baratheon and they were marching and everybody's coming in, that whole scene was just forever. Like, but you just got to see the presence and the military and them coming in and who are these people? And just like when they first got there, they started talking to each other. And he said, "You gotten fat." You just knew it was gonna go south real quick. And it was like they joked. It was like, bro, it was those interactions where you just be tense for no reason. Like, oh, I feel okay, cool, because you didn't know anybody. But it was a lot of little missed opportunities. And I also think, based on us being reptile keepers, of course, we want to see more dragons.
Exactly. That part, the dragons made me love this episode. I mean, this season, it made me be invested. When they did, especially with post Sea Smoke. Sea Smoke was having a crisis at first, and I was just following their journey. I was like, I need this dragon to find this rider real quick.
Ooh, don't even get me started on Sea Smoke and
Sea Smoke about that life.
Rid of Lenore.
Yeah, Sea Smoke was about that life. I didn't know that part.
And the thing is, like every season, they leave off with like a whole cliffhanger. I'm like, yo.
I like Sea Smoke. He went down himself a black rock.
Bro, don't do this to us. I'm like, don't do this to us, man. Like, at least leave us with some good stuff.
What up?
What's going on, Wiz?
What up, Wiz?
Tootie face.
What? No, oh, baby. I'm over here typing.
But okay, so we all talked about our gripes and disappointments. What are the highlights? What are the things about season 2 that y'all liked? And each of y'all can take turns sharing.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it short.
I'm gonna keep it short. My excitement level. Okay. I think the best episode. I thought it was 4 when Princess Ready. I thought that was. But episode 7 with Vermithor, that's what I've been asking for this whole time. I just been asking for interaction. Call him. Let us see how big he is. Let me see what they do when they bring him in there. Let me see you interacting with him. Right. Like just the interaction with just how that's really like how it is with reptiles. And when you think back to season 1, episode 1 or 2, when Viserys was saying we don't control the dragons, or maybe in the last part of season 1, but when he was saying we don't control them, it's an illusion. You got to see real, like firsthand that these dragons can it ain't as easy as you think. You know, everybody they fast forward. We've only seen great moments of the dragons getting claimed. But when you see how it goes, when it's like, oh yeah, I would have been at the very back of that line. Y'all could have had like, I probably would have had a dragon if I had to go through that. You know, so yeah, there would be no Valyrian if I had to go through that. But that whole scene, that whole episode, and how it went off, I'm a diehard fan for that reason alone. So.
Oh, it's the same way for me. That was my favorite episode of the entire season 2 when they brought Vermithor on there. And he showed out for us.
The rumbling of the chest.
Just like we had to sound on because I really wanted to feel the moment of it. It's like
I watched that episode at least like 7 or 8 times. I'm gonna watch it
like 15.
Yeah, I should keep watching that scene. I can go from that to the end. It's just like, oh my god, I just love it. So yeah, worth the money.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. I'll go with episode 4. Episode 4.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they were the dragons when they were fighting. Oh my gosh! And that's when Lil Man took the L.
What was Dance of the Dragons?
Nah, golden. Was it golden?
The gold, the red and the gold.
Red and gold.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know.
That's when we thought it was coming.
That's when he thought.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was so mad. Old girl went after that dragon that was so much bigger than hers, and I was like, no, I know you got to do it, like, but don't do it.
Yeah, that broke my heart.
I would say this. Maylis went down like she would have fight though. Like she was messing them up.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, ah, damn, here we go with this. But that was duty. So
yeah. One thing I must say about Maylis, I love the way the entire fight. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Maylis kept what?
The way you saw, I don't know if y'all saw it. Go ahead.
No, I don't notice, but I noticed.
Okay.
But the way Maylis kept looking back and checking on,
like a dog does, like
Rhaenys the whole time, making sure she's good. The way they kept interacting with each other, it really felt like they were connected as men and beasts.
Yeah.
It really felt like.
I didn't like the little small stuff, the way she straightened her holster on and tightened up because she knew she was. Like that was bad. Like
they really like they grew up together. They really had a bond.
Yeah,
and it's like if one died, hey, we both gonna die.
We going down together. We ride together. We die together.
It was sad, but it was beautiful. It was a warrior's way to go out. So
pretty much.
Like she just was like, oh, this is it.
She like it is what it is. Let's go.
Because her death is a little different than what it is in the book. But I'm glad they did it the way that they did it versus the way the book has it.
Yeah.
Is her husband like a merchant seaman? Because he ain't never home.
He's in Navy.
Oh my God.
He's like the leader.
But it's so cute when they got back together. You could tell they really, really liked each other. I thought that was a nice showing of a family that is really a real family and not we're just, I got to choose who my heir is because this. You can tell that they were a truly bonded family out of all these houses. Yeah. So that's beautiful to see.
Yeah. Despite his infidelity and a bunch of children, you can tell he really did love her.
Well,
he really did love her.
And
she loved him.
And I always tell them, a man can cheat on you and still love you to death. That has nothing.
Exactly.
So, not saying I do.
Yeah. And when it comes to houses, me personally, I would have rather been a part of their house than anybody else's because I don't trust. First of all, I'm gonna get on this heifer. Allison is the worst mother to ever live. She should have never procreated.
Dead ass.
I can't stand her.
The fucking nerve of her. The nerve.
Yes, Rhaenyra is not perfect. She has her sins too, but Allison really proved that she do not care. Her son burnt up in the bed in pain, crying in agony. He sees her, he yells "mama," and she just walks out. Like she never did care about that boy.
But
If I was
y'all know what? She cares in her way, but she's not. Now,
I
can almost.
You're alive.
And I hated her for that same reason, but then I started comparing it to my own life. The interaction she has with her kids is sort of the interaction I would have with my dad, because we really wasn't that close, even though he's always been in my life. So I think because her dad never showed her love and how to love, she don't know how to do that with her own kids. Because even with her daughter, you can tell that she loves and cares about her daughter, but she don't know how to show it. She's very uncomfortable showing love and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
All I gotta say is, if my child was brutally murdered and I run into your room and you knocking boots, we fighting. We fighting.
Yeah.
Like, Allison pissed me off this whole episode. Her friendship with Rhaenyra when they were kids was a better relationship than any relationship she has with her own bloodline, and that is sad. That is so sad.
Well, think about this, y'all. Like I said, I'm Team Black. I could care less about Allison, but I'm the Libra, so I try to always think about the pros and the cons. I know the good and the bad of each person, and I look at it like a lot of this had a lot to do with her father. Her mother died early, so she didn't have that woman's touch, and then she had her father, who was, you need to do this, and I'm strategically putting you to do this.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, she was really riding for Rhaenyra until she found out that big lie. When she came in with that green dress on in the middle of that speech, that's when she changed. At that point, it's like, can we curse on her? No.
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Because I didn't want to mess up the sponsors. But when she came in, she was like, fuck all y'all at this point. That was the change of her at that point, you know. So that's how I see her personality.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
I give y'all that, but man, oh.
That's how I got into reptiles. When I fill out my mom's side of the family, I cut everybody and say, you know what? If I can deal with those snakes, I can have some. And I found out after 15 years of convincing TJ, he finally let me got a snake. 15 years of begging. So, but I was at my breaking point too. Like I said, reptiles saved me. So.
Same. Yeah. I feel you.
People just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Who else frustrated me this episode? I mean, not just this episode, this season. I will say, even though I am Team Black and I'm Team Rhaenyra, she has frustrated me as a leader. She has made so many mistakes that I hope it gets redeemed next season. I don't know, but I hope, because right now I would not want her to be my leader at the moment. Hold on. Let me show that.
I think she playing her cards
right.
Oh
yeah.
Y'all see
I'm talking.
Caraxes. Where is it? What camera? Caraxes.
Oh,
Caraxes.
These are true fans, y'all.
But you know, pissed me off.
These are real fans right here. I do need to get some.
What is that?
I don't remember his name. The drunk dude.
Oh, yeah.
That dude, he pissed me off. They let him get away way too much just because he apparently had an affinity with the dragon.
The drunk. Yeah.
A lot of nerve.
Yeah, he was getting annoyed. I was like, yo, dragon.
So why not just go and take him out and let's retry this thing, since he got the softest dragon anyway.
There's no way.
No way that level of disrespect.
And I'm not even a type of person like that.
Back to the hood. I'm finna show everybody I got a dragon. I'm going back to the hood.
Right?
Yeah. I can't imagine myself being a type of ruler who just be like, smite him. But he'd have got smited right then multiple times. Ain't no way.
Done that in front of Damon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait to see what he gets into next season, because it's gonna be something. It's
gonna be the first to die at war. I'm telling you right now, he gonna be so drunk and so not in control of that dragon.
I know the story, but I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all. But
yeah, I know that.
I think he got plot armor. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll have to come back.
Right now we fucked up. That's what you want something to happen. Those people you want something to happen to, but nothing ever fucking happened to.
Well, that's true. That's true.
The person that saved the whole Team Black was Sir Simon.
Yes. Oh my God. Sir Simon is that dude.
Okay, can I say the one thing that I do hate also is that the anatomy of the dragons. Somewhere between in House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, they have these tubes. They're supposed to shoot out two chemicals that makes the fire. I do not like this adaptation of you get to see the flames before they come out their throat. Now, like it's way down deep. Tubes are for to shoot the, and you can't say what they have two of them. Well, you couldn't say it's because no, that's how they breathe like the regular reptiles. Because even my lizard, they have the tube up under their tongue. So it's like those two tubes are supposed to mix and make the chemicals that makes fire. And now they're going down like helicopters, explosions. Like what? How? Like I don't like
they didn't build the fire in their throat.
Yeah, they didn't build up like when Vhagar was thinking about like I may burn you, or when Vermithor was thinking like he was about to get Hugh the Hammer. I may burn you. I'm thinking about it. You don't see the flames. They don't do that. It's like that's why they die from dragon fire. Because it's the chemical mixture.
So my thing is, I don't understand how so many people keep getting killed when you got enough time to get away when you see the fire building away. You take them on.
Yeah, right.
Like the great.
I know what you about to do.
Like the great bastard sacrifice.
Purple rain
when they were in the catacombs with the dragon to see if they could claim the dragon, and you see all those people in there. I'm sorry if I'm in the back and I see that little warm build up. I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm booking it to the back. I'm like, nah.
They just dumb. They just went for
they just sat there and yeah. I think that was a perfect genius plan as a ruler to get rid of all the people who could try to claim the throne.
Right. Yeah. That's a nice little extra bonus, added bonus right there.
You got rid of all the people who could have came in and say, I'm next in line. Real quick.
That's what
I felt so. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's
going to area everybody up together and kill them all.
And that's why that dude's wife was like, hey, don't go. Don't go. Don't do that. Because that's the same thing I'd have said. I'd be like, bruh, take you and your white hair and go your ass back in bed. Ain't nothing in that castle for you.
Yeah.
Oh, so besides the drunk, how do y'all feel about the other two dragon riders that we now have?
Well, one of them we already built in got an affinity for him because he was one of our characters in what show was he in? The one with feudal Japan. No. What's the one with the Asian people fighting each other?
It's so funny seeing Keisha always talk with her hands, but you never see her.
Not Shogun. Yeah, Shogun. Was it Shogun? What's that show? What's that show where it's like the Japanese people in America back in Warrior. Yes.
Warrior.
The Scottish dude from the police dude from Warrior. Yeah. We love that guy, and it's dope to see him on screen. He's already a hero, trying to go back and save old girl and all that. So I'm looking forward to following him.
Keisha don't trust the black dude.
Which one?
Black dude.
Why?
He smokes rider.
It's
no. He reminds too much of Milli Vanilli. I don't like that. He's
about how he looks.
Nah, but besides that was a joke. But from the first time he stepped on the scene, his brother is hardworking. He's like, listen, bro, I'm a merchant seaman. I'm not getting into all this. Old boy keep coming to his damn pier, bothering him. And then he's like, and then the brother, the slim brother is like, oh, why don't you go? You could do this, you could do that, and all this, and you could your station could be higher. He's like, nah, bro, I enjoy being on these boats. And now he has an opportunity to, rise up in the ranks. And of course he's going to take it. I just don't trust him. I think that he's too self-serving, and he was waiting on this opportunity to, become part of the court. I mean, I guess it's probably his birthright. I don't know, but we'll see.
I think he's just going to go off on his own and do his own thing during the battle.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Now, I do sort of agree with Keisha.
He seems a little too ambitious.
He is very ambitious. But the only thing that I'll give him is he's the only one that the dragon actually tracked.
He chose him.
Yeah.
The dragon saw his character out and brought him to her, and he was like, I know, but I know much of service. So for him to say it's like he didn't have to, because let's be real. Sea Smoke was ready to take Cyrax out, and size and aggression said Cyrax can stand a chance if they had fought on that beach. Let's be real. You could tell It was not gonna go the way. That's why. And every time he moved, Season was right on. Like, what's going on? What y'all?
And you know what? And you have to put some respect on his name because of that. You have to.
Yeah.
That's true. Those
like
dragons. Oh my gosh.
I'm just not gonna ruin it for y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, DM me and tell me I'm right. DM me and tell me I'm right. I won't spill it for nobody else.
You can put your safety back on, Keisha. You can put it back in the post on that one. I don't like that they cut out Nettles, who was supposed to be the black girl who met Damon up there and had her, who was supposed to end up with Sheep Stealer. I don't like that. I don't like how they made Sheep Stealer look. I really feel like we could have went off. Season 2 could have closed after episode 7. When she came out to the Rock and the rest of the 3 dragons, like, look at us.
That would have been a great ending. Yeah,
that should have been the
credit right there. It's or 2 years from now.
Because that would have left it set up for the war perfectly.
Yeah. But now they wanted to go on. And
Episode 8 was a freaking waste. It was anticlimactic. Like, yo, how you go from 7 to 8? It was just like,
but
what
when
the
you
fuck?
think about it, they did the same thing with season 8 of Game of Thrones. When you saw Daenerys burning up and tearing out and destroying, you were so ready for that last episode, and all she did was walked up to it and touched it.
Yeah.
Did all this for you? You didn't even sit in it. Yeah. And then I hate that I'm going back to Game of Thrones, but let me air my grievances. I just feel like for him to come in there and burn up the chair, the throne.
Oh yes.
And then look at Jon Snow
and not kill
scoops
him.
her up ever so gently forward with his backward hands and take off. It was so anticlimactic. It was like, guys,
come on.
I really want him to eat Jon Snow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that part pissed me off. And maybe we will see more in the last 2 seasons of House of Dragons. But it does. Looking back at that episode, it gives me a different perspective of the dragons and how they interact with their person. Like now we know what it's like when the dragons die at war with their rider.
Yeah.
We know what it's like when their rider disappears and they're just stuck with nobody to claim. So I do think
they have feelings.
Yeah, exactly. It shows that these dragons do have emotions and intelligence. Because that dragon grew up with Daenerys, when she passed away, he wasn't studying Jon Snow. He was like, my mama's gone. Yeah. So let me just scoop her up and let's just roll.
See, that's what I like about this, because you see how you changed my perspective. Okay, he was so emotional, he couldn't even. Because my 4 snakes died. And I don't consider myself a punk in no way, shape, or form. TJ can tell you, I don't want to fight people, but I will
F you up
quickly. Like, people don't know that about me, but I swear, and you will never see that because I don't put myself in environments like that. But saying that to say, when my 4 snakes died, I was down on my knees and couldn't even respond. It's like, oh, that's how people feel when something like, because no one was my died in my family. I had to drive across country, make it back. By the time I get to the funeral, everybody else can breathe, and I'm kind of like trying to hold it together just because I don't want to seem like whatever. But to just walk in, damn, they're dead, and other ones are dying in the process. It's like so much on me that he, who at that point hadn't really dealt with the snakes, was getting them out the room before the rest of them died, you know? So he'd have failed you, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's different. I feel you. You produce and you taken care of, and you beat it every day.
Exactly. Like I've had 2 deaths of animals. I had my crested gecko and I had my king snake, and those distraught me, but those were like younger, newer animals.
Yeah.
Let one of these old school ones that I've had since 2015, y'all got to pick me up off the ground. Like somebody, like I just
my first and cheapest snake.
I don't know how many.
I asked TJ, I said, after I finally got myself together and he was taking the snakes out and airing up, doing everything, I didn't do anything. And I was like, decreed, because I like, if he died, I'm just done the whole. That's how I ended up with ENC Reptiles. Because Terrence can tell you, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I was done. I had my snakes I wanted, 4 of them died, and I was like, I'm done with everything. And then everybody was like, no, just try to stay in and just how. So the guy, the reptile store down the street was like, well, just buy something else just to get your mind off it. And I started buying. And then everybody's like, "You gonna spend all this money? You might as well go and breed to get some of it back." I was like, "Well, okay, fine, whatever." So that's how I got back into it. But before that, it wouldn't have even been an ENT reptiles. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, I had my 11 and I was good. So.
Yeah. But shout out to Terrell for having your back and helping you through all that, because that's a tough thing to get through.
It's tough to watch.
Yeah.
But it does show, it does now, because you say that, because we are reptile keepers, it does make watching shows like House of Dragons and Game of Thrones way more enjoyable, because even though these are mystical dragons, we know that type of bond that you can have. We all have at least that one snake that can't stand us, but might like the spouse or might like the friend that come over and stuff. We know what it's like to have that one snake that you had to like kind of force the bond with you, because they like, no, I don't like you, bro. I don't trust you.
I have Vermithor, who's a GoldenEye het T negative blood python. Prettiest snake, love him, but you know how you was with your one, Eli, when you and them like, can I? You gonna be okay? So yeah,
he wants you to feed him and
leave him alone. Yeah. Otherwise, I would bring him out to show y'all, but he lives up to the name Vermithor. I gave him that name 2 years ago before I even knew House of Dragons coming. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, most of my snakes were named before the House of the Dragon, because I had already looked up the book and all the series, but I'll show you this picture of all the dragon names. I think I got it. But you go ahead and talk.
Yeah, but so I get that's one thing that keeps me in tune with this show. When all the politics aside of who wants to try to win the Iron Throne and all the backstabbings and the crazy uncle, brother, cousins dynamics.
I like how they just dropped the fact that at one point it was taboo. I understand she was young and she shouldn't have been in the brothels, and she sure as hell shouldn't have been with her.
Oh yeah, that's all the dragons and the names of all the dragons.
Can you send me that, please?
Yeah, send me that too. I need that.
Yeah. I'm naming all my chondros.
Put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord.
Yeah.
So another thing that just clicked in my head, didn't Sir Kristen, didn't he want Rhaenyra at the beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, he sure did.
Oh yeah. Yo, hard. Hard.
I can't stand him.
Bro, something like I'm just now thinking of that shit.
Sir Kristen.
How old was he? Because why the hell he didn't age? Ain't a damn.
I promise.
Everybody else
everybody was grown.
He was already a grown man and married, from what I knew.
Exactly, and he was chasing Rhaenyra. She chose Uncle Daddy.
Uncle Daddy.
And he got mad and went with her new stepmama.
Yo, he went fucking crazy at the he went crazy at the fucking dance or whatever. I'm like, yo, this nigga. Oh my god. But oh boy was wrong. Oh boy's homie, oh boy's boo.
Yeah, he should have.
The white boy that we walked up to, he had no reason trying to fucking blackmail him. Like, yo, why do that in the first place? Like, yeah, right. Like,
you asking to die. Trying to blackmail somebody, you ask it, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm glad they got him out of there. Smite, get him out of there.
Like, yo, when he was doing it, I was like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? So
that's what happens
when we need to give this person their flowers, because I feel like no one ever does on Game of Thrones and House of Dragons, is Ramin. I hope I'm not butchering the name, but Ramin Djawadi, which is the guy who writes the music for all of us.
Oh yes.
If you have the music, and y'all don't know this, but I kid you not, I listen to his music like on a day-to-day basis. When I wake up, a lot of times I just start it and I relive every episode. I know, like, based off this drop, that's when the dragon went down and did this. But say the thing, without that music, if that music wasn't hidden for some of these scenes, like when in the House of the Game of Thrones, when Cersei and them did, when she blew up the house, what's the
little chapel? Yeah.
Yeah, when she blew that, and the way that music built for 12 minutes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And I'm not even a Lannister fan. Don't like Cersei, but
I can't stand her. I love to hate her.
yeah, she's a good villain.
On that note, let me say something as well. I appreciate the fact that they changed the intro
Yes.
from part season 2. I was telling Terrence, he thought I was a hater. He ain't say it. I could tell. He gets this face when he thinks I'm being a hater, so I saw it. But I was like, yo, this I expect something from Game of Thrones.
She hated season
and
1.
I expect something from HBO in general. HBO has had some of the most amazing intros over the last 30 years. Go back. Go back. You may not even like the show, but that intro, it tells you what you need to know about the show. It sets the tone, the music, all of that. That first one with the blood running through some dumbass maze. Come on, man. Don't do that. We deserved more, and they gave it to us with the tapestry. So I appreciate that. There's people who pay attention to those details. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people. So they did us justice with the second one. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
I give the flowers to the people who do the wardrobes, because sometimes you don't pay attention to that as much, and that's why, like, you know what? Don't watch this on your iPad. Wait till you get home. Watch the first time to get the story. Watch it again to catch what you missed. Watch it again for, like, you know, what they wear and what was in the background. Sometimes when you go back and watch some episodes 3 or 4 times, I
episode like 4 times.
Sure do. And I
love how it's color coded. It's super color coded and super bright. Oh, I got a complaint, y'all. I got a complaint.
Go ahead.
I'm an old lady, and my eyes cannot take the way that it's filmed sometimes. They zoom
on most.
They zoom. That I'm okay with. I feel like they found a good with that, because a lot of it is very bright. And then, but if you know what, I don't want to tell nobody. If it ain't hurting your eyes, I ain't even gonna tell you what it is, so you won't start to notice it. Never mind. I gotta go see the optometrist.
You can't get somebody intrigued now. Like, hold up, now what the fuck you talking about?
The way it's filmed, they zoom, they make the subject, the person that's talking, very clear, and then they filter out and the sides and the sides. That's okay, but sometimes when they have those tight shots and then everything around it is blurred, that shit hurts like hell. But I love how they color code everything. You know what team somebody on because what color they got on. So I think that's really dope, because the world isn't as big as the Game of Thrones world was. So having it color coded like that really helps with keeping you in with whose family, what, who, what. So I think they did a really great job with that.
And shout out to the hairstylist, because someone on Facebook in the groups cracked a joke and said it must be black women doing their hair, because Team Black's wigs stay laid. Them wigs look perfect.
The thing that's great is when I think the baddest intro outside of when it first came on and they showed King Jaehaerys and everybody, and I was like, oh, this is like, just seeing that coming on gave me, because you can tell they use smaller groups of people now. When you Game of Thrones, you'd be like, damn, all these intros, like what y'all budget like? But we have to remember this is post pandemic. I don't know if I can say that word, but it's post that. And you can also tell, now that I know that they are doing like 3 to 4 sets at one time and shooting at the same time, and you'll be like, okay, I can tell this the person who's over this set and who's over this scene, for lack of whoever it's supposed to be, but you can tell that person is. You can tell when they are on the scene, because their is better. It's like
they have several different directors, and you can tell
which director. Yeah, because me and TJ, we were saying like, okay, some scenes seem a little rushed, or it's not as polished. And then when they do the how they do the breakdown after the episode goes off, then they'll tell you sometimes like, oh, he was thinking this and thinking that, and then they'll show you the director for them, like, oh, yeah, we ain't a fan of it. We done seen season 2 episode. You ain't the one. Some people are better at like the more emotional side, showing you the hurt and pain. Don't give her no fighting scene. Like, she ain't good like that.
Yeah.
But I still, I brought all that to say, the best intro was when House Velaryon came in. When you saw them coming in, when they were going to do the marriage, the wedding to Rhaenyra and Laenor, and Rhaenys was on her dragon, Laenor was on his dragon. The ships from the Velaryon house is coming in, and they that teal green gold, and it was like, That was man, yeah.
They was supposed
That's
to
how I think
do
I want.
they was supposed to do a Valorian show too.
They need to like
So that I want to see.
and resources.
Oh
And
yeah.
Yeah, they was
Yeah.
supposed
I'm
to
so
do
mad
it.
that they chose to go with Jon Snow's story instead of that.
don't get me started on. I like the Starks, but Sansa just ended it for me. Like I don't understand how. I don't care for her. I'm sorry.
The Starks have become
Gotcha.
the Skywalkers to Star Wars. I'm just sick of seeing them.
Yeah.
We
But I
don't
like
need
everybody
so
in the
much
House
of them.
Starks, but
They're
That's what
overrated.
they killed Jon Snow's character.
I'm still
Oh,
House
and-
Stark, but people like Robert who like just screwed up everything is like, damn.
But at least he screwed it up trying to
Yeah.
be a good person. It's
Yeah,
different
true.
when you have a good heart versus Sansa just.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
what
I was
you
so
gonna do?
sad. I was so sad for him because he found old girl just, just organically fell in love, and he was obligated for something that he didn't want to be obligated for. I felt so bad, but yeah.
I learned a lot watching this show. That's like, you know what? Assholes do get ahead. Like sometimes, as Lady Olenna said, which was the OG back on, Game of Thrones, where she was like, "You're a dragon, be a dragon." If every time when Daenerys or Rhaenyra, when y'all have that might, use it. I'm sorry, some people got to die in the process. But
Some people, yeah.
as me,
Unfortunately.
me Sunday said,
Look at my,
And that's what it all boils down to.
get my shirt.
Like these,
My shirt free.
like
Yeah,
we're
Fred.
upset at these women for making these decisions, but it's literally their lineage and their families and their children's life and death. So they're making power plays and everything, but they're trying to keep their families from getting beheaded or overrun. Or you see when they was out there and getting fucking tomatoes thrown at them and all that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
that was my
dangerous.
favorite scene. I'm sorry. That was my
No,
favorite
get her,
scene.
get her.
I said not
Exactly.
Rhaenyra doing Uber Eats deliveries to the kingdom. It got these folks fighting.
No,
over
but that was
fish
a
and
great
bread.
that was a great scene when Alice and Rhaenyra was in the church and Alice got she realized she fucked up. She
Yeah.
picked
Yeah.
the wrong
Yeah.
son.
it's too late now,
She
Rhaenyra. It's
did.
too late. Like no,
Yeah,
it
it's
ain't.
too late. It's too
And
late.
Rhaenyra tried to
It did.
tell her. She tried to tell her. She was like, nope, it's too late. Never mind. And then she went back, and what they do the next episode, kick her off the council. I was like, they tried to tell you.
Yeah, had she listened.
And now she went to Rhaenyra's place and basically begged for forgiveness. And Rhaenyra ain't trying to hear that shit.
I don't like.
I got my extra 3 riders. Hey, we finna come kill y'all people. And I'm finna come kill your son.
I
That's
don't like
it.
how easy it was for them to get to each other. Either one of them. I didn't like.
Yes.
Right?
That was wild.
I was
You
like,
just looked
how
up
did,
and looked. Like she
how
in
did
the
these
she in the
two
room
get
with
to
her.
each other that
Like-
I'm
fast?
a regular degular person, and you can't get to me that easy. Like you gotta go through something to get to me. You gotta
Like-
ride.
You got to think about how it was back then. You got to ride for
Yo,
days. You
when it-
got to take a boat. You got to be some people. You got to
Exactly.
have somebody in the kitchen that's gonna get you in, and they got to make sure to be quiet because they could get killed with this secret and all that. It's so
When the
much.
twins
How
got
do you
killed, I was like, how easy was it for them to just go up in there and just
Because
kill
anybody
them?
could kill them. If that's the case, anybody could kill Allison. Anybody could kill whoever. Like that brings me to the twin brothers that got into it.
And did he have, how big is the fucking castle? Like, do you have a map too? Like
And how bad is your security?
in the middle,
Well, never
in the
mind,
middle of the
Allison was
fucking
doing
night, you
security.
just roaming around a castle full of fucking knights and shit. Like you know
full of
what?
them?
I'm just gonna walk through this motherfucker right. Yo,
But
that was crazy.
I'm sorry,
That
but
was
they
crazy.
was right to send old dudes to go kill the other son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, stop fucking with my family. I won't fuck with yours. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Can
have
we
to
talk
remind
about
myself, I
King
have to remind
Consort?
myself
King
200
Consort today?
years
That's
before Game of
Oh, what about
Thrones.
them?
that, bro.
Because I know
I'm
ain't nobody gonna get to
Damn, but it do.
gonna be able to get to ain't nobody gonna be able to get to Cersei that easily. Ain't
Yeah.
no way
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
that any of the Stark kids could touch Cersei that easily. I have to remember
Yeah.
Game of House of Dragons is 200 years before. They don't know that they need tighter security back then.
Yeah,
Right.
there are a couple of little things that you could.
Well, Cersei would have had all the the common folk. You had to go kill all them just to get to her. So,
exactly that part. Somebody was gonna rat you out before you even made it to the castle.
They'll fight to their dying breath. What is that dying breath for me? They'll never surrender. They start ringing them bells.
Thank you, Weez. Don't worry, Weez. There's a season 3 and a season 4 coming for sure. So.
Right. So how do you guys? And I know I ain't. TJ want to know how did y'all feel about Damon? Aemon.
When he took over.
Oh, Aemon.
I felt sorry for him at first, but now it's like, damn, dude.
I felt sorry for him when he was in the brothel.
I'm sorry. Which one? The crazy son?
The crazy son. Yeah. Now I felt
the one with the eye patch.
Oh yeah.
His name is Damon too.
Aemon without the D.
Without the D.
When he was in the brothel, because his brother really did do him dirty. And sometimes we'll see the way that he's trying to kill his brother and take it over and all this, but we forget what his brother did do him dirty.
Yeah.
But I
did forget. I was one of those people who forgot. I was like, man, Aemon is such a jerk. Like, but I thank you for reminding me.
Nah, when he punched the little black girl.
Yeah, I ain't like that.
I ain't like that. He lost me after that, so I ain't give a fuck.
That was when he was a little kid, right?
Yeah. You remember in season 1 when they gave him that pig for a dragon?
They gave me a pig.
They have been doing him dirty the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they showed us.
Yeah.
Imagine that every single time you see your cousins.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I think he does war within himself, because you saw he did want to console the little bastard, Rhaenyra's little bastard at their when Princess Laenor passed away.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he was going to console them. Now he always wanted the dragon, and I feel like, little girl, as soon as my mama died, I would have been on there claiming the dragon. I'm sorry, they would have been like, ain't no way, you know. So, Terrence, are you froze?
No.
No.
I was reading something.
You weren't blanking or anything.
A text came across the screen, and I read it.
But I see how you can make a person bad, because it's kind of like this politician that who was joked about years ago, and now he's like out for everybody in destruction.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
That one little joke.
One joke that
that one joke is
messing up for everybody.
Right. So yeah.
That whole family gets on my nerves, but I kind of get the kids' actions because they have Alicent for a mother.
What is wrong with you?
It's wrong with you.
So he is.
Oh.
So I get I get why Aemon is the way he is. I pretty much get why all the boys are the way they are. And when they did that scene where Alicent was asking about her other child that she just left off in the distance that don't even take care of, and she was like, how is he? And it was like, he's kind. I was like, yeah, because he wasn't raised by you. He wasn't in the same household as you. If you look at your kids, it's a whole different story.
I say that about my daughter all the time. She may look like me, but she's like her mother's side. And I'm dealing with it. Good and full, but yeah. So.
Yeah, but overall, this has been a great series. I've enjoyed it as much as I have my gripes with certain people, like the whole Damon situation and everything, and certain choices that were made. But I will say overall, I'm loving House of Dragons way more than I'm loving the latter of Game of Thrones. So that I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I do have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the time Game of Thrones starts, inbreeding is not only expected, but it's they like that with the Targaryens, right?
The dragons within the family.
Right. So I understand that. So it seems as if we're walking in on a point where that's still a little weird, right? Because Damon he was in the brothels with his underage niece, and that shit was a scandal, right?
Underage, because in other countries they be like 15, 16.
Well, true. Well, yeah. And that I was thinking because he was underage, why were they getting upset about it if the inbreeding and all that is expected. Apparently, by time they got married, eventually
she was supposed to be a virgin. She was supposed to be a virgin. And he was supposed to be married.
It was him being married.
And she was supposed to be a virgin. Like, why would somebody want to marry her if she was already like?
But they still got married, and their marriage was still legitimizing this whole thing. I think, right?
He was already married. So.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, okay. You could screw on your knees a little bit as long as you don't already have a wife. Is that?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. Because he was already married. Had he not already been married,
so strange.
It wouldn't have been a big deal. But I will say, Keisha, that I sort of agree with the way you're looking at it, because even though that was sort of considered the norm, if you think back to Game of Thrones, everybody was whispering about
Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah, but those were Lannisters. Those were normal people.
I'm gonna break it down for y'all, Keisha. I'm gonna break it down for you. This is it. The Targaryens are from Old Valyria. That is the norm over there, to keep power of the dragon. Over here, this is North America. We're not like the Brits where they marry cousins and try to keep house. What is it? But the
lineage and all that.
Yeah. So over here, in Westeros, they're more like Americanized. We don't do that stuff. So that's why it's frowned upon over here. Versus over there, they have their god that they serve, this, that, and third. Over here in Westeros, it's like we pray to the 7 gods, and we don't believe in this, and we don't do that.
And you gotta inbreed to keep that blood.
So they don't
that white hair. That white hair.
And that's why they always have stillborn kids, because there's so much inbreeding. But they'll rather do the inbreeding than to let. Because we see now with not Hugh the Hammer, but the other one who got the dragon. That shows how quickly it is when the wrong person gets something they ain't supposed to have.
Yeah.
When them men, when those dragon keepers
going back to the hood.
When them dragon keepers,
everything he did.
Yeah, when them dragon keepers said we don't want to partake in this, it was because all this heritage and all this, like, y'all supposed to know the language. When you got them in there saying, what was it when he was somebody was saying, gave a command to one of the dragons, because it's like what's the code? TJ, I mean like the dragon turns, they be telling like Dracarys, or they'll be saying Lakiri, it's I know all of them now, I got brain fart, but all the Lakiri, Dorhai, all that.
I always stupid.
But when he was saying that, he was like, look here, see smoke. Just the way he was saying, see smoke, like, what? Nah, bro. And that's why he got ate up in it. And then, if you remember when C Smoke walked up, the guy said, gods. He was still impressed with C Smoke. You supposed to go in there with this, I'm gonna take over.
Like I'm the boss. I'm the captain.
Rhaenyra went in there and said, their hottest, Lakiri, and told him to shut the hell up. And that last time she said it with a little force behind it. And he just shut up. And then she went up gently and pet her. And then you can say after that, she knew she had what she wanted. She hadn't did what she wanted. He went there with this, enamours of, oh my God, gods. They just, oh wow. It's like, no. And it's the same with reptiles. If you go in there and you deal with them, and that's why I said whoever is doing the dragons now, they know something about reptiles.
And with you having said, when you go back and I think about the way that the one claimed Sea Smoke, I think Sea Smoke sort of felt that this guy wanted power, he wanted status, and she knew, Sea Smoke sort of knew that he wouldn't fight against it and stuff like that. So maybe that's why he chose.
Yeah.
I think he felt that was his brother. Because I didn't know if y'all knew that too. That's another backstory. There's so many backstories. But those bastard kids of what's his name? Of the Valari?
Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay, so the one who claims Sea Smoke.
Adam,
Adam and his brother. Their great grandmother is from Old Valyria. So that's like how they don't tell you the backstories. We're like, then we be watching the movie like, well, how did y'all say the dragons could only go if they had
Corlys is the daddy, the no good daddy.
Yeah. So their great grandmother was a Targaryen.
And that's where he got
how he got the blood from. So he has very little, but just enough. And by him being Laenor's brother, all that ties back into oh, I bond better with this. Just like not Hugh the Hammer, but the other guy, the pulling up in the hood, as you said, Ro, that one. His mother, either his mother or his grandmother rode his dragon. So when she came, when we got the dragon name too. Damn, this is why you don't need to be drinking
early in the morning.
Right. But when his dragon came in, his lineage had rode that dragon before. So a lot of this has to do with, do your dragon know you, do it recognize who you are, this, that, and the third, you know. But I feel like we could have saw that little boy on episode 1 on season 1, and we could have saw Aemon claim the dragon. We really should have saw when Vhagar got claimed by Laena. Yeah. These names get me too, like
they do.
Second or the third or the fourth, this person, you know, first of his name. So yeah.
Yeah. To answer your question, I will say my favorite character is R.I.P. to the GOAT, the best auntie in the world, Rhaenys. That's Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was. She's the best.
She was
She's the
queen,
best.
you know.
She's definitely the MVP for me in that show.
For me as well.
Mm-hmm.
She won me season 1 when she just came, all her little side comments and trying to teach Rhaenyra everything. Like, look, like she was the one who told Rhaenyra.
She always kept it real, always.
Yeah, she was like, look, these boys will never respect you. Even when, I don't care what your daddy said. Your daddy may claim you next in line, but everybody around is not going to respect that decision. So you might as well just move accordingly. And Rhaenyra would just not listen to her.
She was saying, do you think I want to see my child with your old ass daddy till I'm married? But she knew that, hey, if this gonna keep the house together and bring us this, that, and third, I'm gonna be honest. If even Allison said, if Princess Rhaenys had got that throne, they would have went through it. Because her and her family alone was solidified. They knew how to do.
She would have ran it just like her.
And let me piggyback off of that, Elias. That says a lot, because there are a lot of people who have people in their corner who care about them, who see what's really going on, and is trying to tell them, you know, what can you do to do something to be a better person, or what can you do to, you know, be aware in this situation. And you looking at them with your ego and saying, no, you just trying to stop me from achieving what I'm trying to achieve. No, I'm trying to give you a reality check so that you know what's really going on, so you can make the right moves that you need to move. Had she listened to someone who really had her back, she wouldn't be in half of the position she is right now. So that's a big one for me. And a lot of people need to actually, you know, there's lessons that you can get even out of a silly fantasy show if you looking.
Well, I just want to be grateful that we don't have dragons now in real life, because
we would be in so much trouble right now.
But not only for the destruction they cause, but because did y'all see how the people are starving and didn't have meat?
Yes.
Up everything.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, because I only seen like
especially sheep stealer. Sheep stealer was messing up everybody for them.
We got to feed these reptiles on a weekly basis. Imagine if they were dragons eating goat and cattle and horse. Like,
imagine if all of our animals were the size of Komodo dragons right now. Yeah. If all of our snakes and stuff, how we gonna feed them? You wouldn't see us in a house with 100 snakes. You would see us in a house with maybe 2, if that.
It is.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of goats to feed.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, damn, the people are really starving because y'all got to feed these dragons. And the more they fight, there's energy.
So. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, when they paraded their dragon's head around the town, if I'm starving, that dragon about to be barbecue. The king and queen could be mad, the king and queen, but if I'm a starving poor folk and y'all just doing a parade of a dragon's head, go on, give me one of them scales, because we got to eat something. I'm sorry.
Well, if you had found,
well, that's my whole thing. If people can turn into cannibals when they're out there on shipwrecks and boat wrecks and stuff, plane wrecks, they can turn to cannibals and eat other people. You can damn sure eat a dragon if you get hungry enough.
Says the person who won't eat seafood.
I haven't been hungry enough.
But you know what? Yeah. That's why
I wrote it person on about the.
But I do want y'all to answer this question too. That they asked in the comments, which is your favorite character of this show?
My character is Daemon, because he gonna get shit done.
I mean, he is. Once he stopped dreaming and hallucinating, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
But
now
the
that
thing,
Rhaenyra is over there to rescue him and get him from over there, I think he may be okay.
I'm gonna go with the king, man. He was a writer. Yo, he knew those kids were not his.
right.
But you could not say a word. He's like, what? What are you saying? What are you saying?
Right.
Your kids ain't yours, brother.
You're like, what? What are you saying?
I'll
You
tell
not dare. No one would dare say it.
Okay,
He was a writer.
Did he get an award for that role?
I don't know if he did, but he should have.
He should have got an Oscar for that role because he did his shit. He did his thing.
When he walked, are y'all talking about King Viserys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he did that scene, when he
Lived for so
Yeah, you thought he was gonna die. You always thought he was gonna die. Like, all right, this nigga about to die now.
He was a goddamn
He gonna die now. He gonna die now.
Yeah, he was looking like the crypt
Every
keeper
episode,
towards
you
the
think, oh
end.
man, he's still alive. 10 years
all the
later,
way
he's
to,
still alive.
The Iron Throne chair. I thought that was like the best. It had me crying, and then see Damon. Everybody think Damon wanted power.
Because I think in that moment when he walked from, because even he didn't really show Rhaenyra that bond and that compassion and that fatherly love, just the way you were saying, Elias, that Alicent don't show her kids. Well, he never really showed that to Rhaenyra. But when he walked from that door, as sick as he was, his face fell off, and he still
Didn't take any medicine.
and wouldn't allow anybody to help him. He made it to that Iron Throne on his own.
And when Damon put that crown on him, and he wouldn't finna I said I got it, and Damon, it had me crying.
It tore our house up.
Yeah,
but
because I want to think. I know it's crazy, but I want to think that I would have like a family member. I ain't gonna get into it, but anyway, it would be nice if I had people that I felt like would do that for me, but I don't feel. My lips are acting a fool. But I don't feel like sometimes you don't feel like you have that, and it's funny because I feel like I have that with y'all, which is crazy. That's like like I have a person who says, if you don't like your family, if you don't like your if you don't accept your parents, if you don't love your parents, that says a lot about you. I'm like, what if it ain't the kids? What if it's the parents? So I'm not doing thumbs up and
That part.
Yeah.
It's because you probably got an iPhone or an iPad, so it does
I've seen people
that.
do this before, but I don't see it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might gotta update my shit.
I don't know if I have a favorite. My favorite character. Oh, I do. Okay. It has to be on the show. It has to be on the show.
At least for right now. Yeah. At least for right now. Let's not spoil anything.
Oh no, I'm gonna go way back and go.
Okay, before you go, can I say this?
Go ahead.
I want to say the character that actually he's not my favorite character, but he surprised me the most is what's that boy that stood up to Damon?
Who?
Oh yeah.
The little teenager.
The little king that had him kill old boy. Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, he was a good actor.
Yeah.
My favorite. It's still in the story.
That was a good scene too. That was a really good scene.
Yeah.
My favorite. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Can I go outside the veil just a little bit? I mean, it ain't selling nothing, but my favorite has always been Aegon. That's why I named my dragon Valyrian, because I feel like he was the one that saw nothing. He saw destruction, pain, tore everything over in the east, and in the west he saw the gold, and was like, hey, I could take over this. We wouldn't even have Targaryens talking about they be running and Helen and house this and all that if it wasn't for him. Like, I think people forget it was him. Aegon and his sister wives, Visenya and Rhaenyra. I feel like, okay.
Were y'all talking about on episode 2, or were y'all talking about from the very first book that was wrote?
Well,
I'm just going purely off the show when I asked that question, but
if it was
people from the book.
But I will say this: the one thing that did bring me great joy, like it was just everything for me, is when I seen them do the flashback with Damon and Daenerys was there with the dragons, the foreshadowing of her with the dragons. It took me back to season 1 of Game of Thrones when that fire burned down. She had burned that witch for killing her man.
I'm gonna go watch that shit today.
Oh man, when she had the dragons, like at first I was invested in the show, but I didn't know what the show was. I only watched it because I saw they had the display in Walmart of Game of Thrones. And I was like, whenever Walmart do a display, it's good. That's how I got into
Twilight.
It's a Twilight, because when they do a display, they only do displays and stuff that's good. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this show. And when everything was good, I didn't understand the White Walker scene when it first came on. None of that. But when it went off and I saw her with them babies and drove on her, I was like, baby,
We knew nothing about the dragons were even going to appear. We didn't even know.
I knew there was going on. I was like, oh,
do it, Dana.
Yeah. Still didn't think they was gonna do all of which they did, with the dragon. Never knew they was gonna get that big. So, but yeah.
He got cold and wanted to fight his way back down here.
Yeah. But overall, I love it. I'm invested. I'm gonna stick with it, good or bad. I'm still gonna watch.
So, who's your favorite character from House of the Dragon?
Okay, because you got me back together.
Just back on track.
And that little dude was Sir Oscar. That's
Sir Oscar. Sir Oscar.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I more identify with Damon. Inside, like my inner person is Damon. So yeah.
Same.
When you think about me, how many times you can talk me off a ledge with people?
Yeah.
Like y'all don't know outside of.
Yeah. Like I'm
Parents know.
But
Parents know. Each know.
Yeah.
Y'all know how y'all can talk me off a ledge every now and then.
Oh shoot, Prophecy. I'm so sorry. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm so sorry. I knew I was forgetting something. I said something is I'm missing. Oh shoot.
Why you just saying something now though? He know what time the show starts.
5-10 minutes.
He gonna say something almost an hour and a half in. Then you can send me the link.
You gonna give him 5 or 10 minutes?
KG.
No.
Is
he Lions Bros? Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, Ro, you being in the military, how do you feel about like dragons and war and this and that? How does that make you feel being that you're in the military? Like
I'm all about. I'm with you with Damon. I'm like, hey, mess with my family, I'll fuck yours up.
Yeah,
I'm chill and calm and cool until like you mess with me.
Yeah.
You mess with the people that I love and all that stuff.
Got
You know what I'm saying? And I forgot that, but we got the same personality. You're a Libra, I'm a Libra, so we both on the same.
Yeah, we weigh our options. We weigh our options,
Exactly.
Yeah. It's several people.
Them Libras, that's well.
But it's several people that I've fallen out with before.
That makes sense.
Not based on me, but I don't go back and forth with them just because I love their family or their mother. Or I respect who is like. It ain't worth me falling out with everybody off of this one person. You know what I'm saying?
Two alike.
Who he like? Okay.
Oh. Oh.
On themselves.
My bad. I had to hop on my phone. All right, there we go.
Crazy. I was thinking to myself, like,
see, Prophecy to messed up my stuff.
The other Elias snuck in and killed the other Elias. They doing it.
Yo, what show is that? What show is that with the when they got the doubles of the people? It's on Netflix, and we were supposed to finish it.
Is it
3? It got a number in it. I can't think of not Sense. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. When the guy has the box and he goes into the box and then he comes out into another reality and he tries to get with his wife.
I think it's the box. That's not Netflix. I think it's Apple.
That's Apple TV. Okay. Never mind. I'll find it out. We gotta talk about that one. We gotta talk about that one.
Hey, matter of fact, Wiz, put a not Wiz, Keys, put a must watch section in the channel.
Okay.
Discord.
Oh yes, the Discord. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to do it right now.
Yeah. And then put put a must watch, and then put a blurred like nerd like anime, because I watch a lot of anime too.
Okay.
Yeah, we need that in Discord so we can all suggest to each other, like throw in some stuff.
Right. Now my favorite cast over there would still be Dragonstone. I like it, how you got the views, you out there by yourself. It don't smell.
Oh yeah.
It don't smell like shit, because y'all remember that's how the Red Keep was always. It had a foul odor because all the city dwellers. And it's funny because no lie, like it's gone to certain cities and you can smell. There's a smell to certain cities. So.
Yeah.
Watching season 1, episode 1. Like, are you watching Game of Thrones or House of Dragons?
We're talking to Banner in the chat.
No, yeah, because Banda said she watching season 1 episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched Game of Thrones while I was on deployment, and I was like, "What? Why everybody talking about this? Why everybody talking about this?" And now I'm like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So
how far have you completed it?
Oh yeah. I've been watching.
Yeah. Gotcha. Now go back and watch it again because you gonna see other stuff.
Exactly. That's why I'm gonna watch it again.
Gotcha.
Y'all know who my character I think would be right now on season. If I go off season 2, outside of Raina, I think it would be Corlys.
Oh yeah, Corlys Velaryon.
Yeah, because I do like the way he commands respect everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That time, he was walking towards him, and Viserys kind of broke it up because he was like, "He just what I thought he." Yeah.
and I like how his daughter put him in place about and all that stuff. Like, you owe this, to everybody. You owe this to people that serve you.
So, son, Laenor, who messed it up, their family was, and outside his infidelity, everybody got a bad side. But outside of that, that family as a whole is just like solid. Like, they're legit.
Yes.
But the reason I am Team Black, I probably should have started out with that. The reason I'm Team Black is because that is what Viserys wanted. So if you go off of what he wanted, that's what he wanted. It's like, sorry, that's what it was, And even after the son was born, he still said, I would never this, I would never. Temperament-wise, we know he didn't want that guy, his son, to be king because he didn't even spend the time trying to get him to that point. He didn't tell him the story of ice and fire. So, like, if I'm Team Green because it was wrong, and I was like, okay, that ain't no different than people feel like a female shouldn't be president.
Yeah, I can't believe Alice, man. I can't believe her.
Allison was a betrayer of a lot of things. She's a betrayer of her own kids. She's a betrayer of her best friend. She's a betrayer of women in general. she just Allison has nothing to stand on. She just go with the wind.
Let me tell you, I still blame Otto because she had a pureness to her prior to.
Yeah, I think had she never married.
I still don't like her.
I feel like if Otto forced her to marry, had Otto never forced her to marry Rhaenyra's daddy, and they would have stayed friends, I think we all would have just loved her character.
Yeah, I do too. I know.
Because the path that Otto chose for her is what sent her into everything. That's why she got these damn kids.
Pretty much.
To be parents too.
Yeah.
Exactly. She got the kids she don't want. Was in a marriage she didn't want to be.
Just dropping them off everywhere like a sack of raisins.
And then I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's just a lot of.
And now she.
If that had happened, if we could block all the ifs, if Rhaenyra had made some type of way some kids by Laenor, or if Viserys had married the right person, the little girl. Sad, but yeah. Or if they hadn't, if he had went on just allowed Daemon to marry Rhaenyra.
Well, I'll say this
because they wanted.
I feel like this was some of the worst writing. When, of course,
that's him, George, not me. Go ahead.
George better know his place. You know this was screwed up.
George.
But no, go ahead. One thing I'll say is I feel like this was a terrible way to set it up, where Rhaenyra and Laenor never did anything to produce kids. Yeah, they may both have she may be doing her thing and she's allowing him the space to do his thing, but y'all could have got together at least once to make an heir, and that would have stopped everything. We would be going
because you heard what Margaret said on how Game of Thrones when she was like, if I need to go in there and help you out, or my brother help you out till you get close, then couple scene, but it was like she was ready for whatever. She was like, I don't want to be a queen, I want to be the queen. So she was willing to do whatever was necessary. And sometimes when you in that power like that, you got to, because if not, this is what happens. So
I think that I think Alicent, honestly, she was a little bit holier than thou, but from what we saw, she kept her vows to her husband, you know, all that good stuff. So you got to give her you got to give her that to a certain extent.
When he was alive.
You got to give her a sense of that. Again, like you said, she didn't vibe for this. You know, this was, you know, pressed upon her because of, you know, her family and all that good stuff. But so she lost me completely when she said that man's dying wish was not to have his daughter to take over for him. I do not believe that was true at all. And I don't have any type of respect that I may have had for her. Don't take nobody's, you know, dying words and, you know,
flip it around.
She did believe
But
it.
no, she did believe it because when he said it's Aegon,
She didn't know about
She
the
she dumb as hell though. She dumb as hell if she think that her husband of 98 years, that man died at 200 years old. That she knew that man her whole entire life. She know damn well he didn't change his mind on his deathbed. That was her trying to fucking rationalize what she wanted. Oh, he said what? Oh, I ain't beat. Stop it. She's smarter than that.
I wonder how long she was smashing old boy.
That's what I was confused. That's because
Her
was
grandbaby got killed. She was
that guy.
How long was they doing that for? He couldn't have the other chick. He probably slid right into like, oh shit.
It could have been longer, but if it was longer, I feel like they would have given us that to vilify that. They would have
for a long time, but I want to know like when did they just like this shit start?
They're not gonna protect her purity. So if it happened, they'd have told us.
Crispy.
But
Sir Crispy.
To keep the point, I will say that I don't think because he did say on his deathbed that it's Aegon, but she never knew the story of Ice and Fire. Like she never heard it because she's not Valyrian.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, see, she's not Valyrian, so she never would have heard that story to know who the actual Aegon is.
Tell that story to who they're.
When she realized she was wrong, you could see that look on her face, like, oh.
See, that story is only told to whoever the heir is supposed to be, so she wouldn't have known it. And him being sick and dying was saying it, not even realizing that he's talking to Alicent and not.
Okay. Well, that's fair. If it was an honest mistake, it was an honest mistake.
Yeah, because even if you watch it, even when Rhaenyra when she was up there trying to pray, Rhaenyra went and was talking to her, and she realized then the mistake that she had made, even though
it's too late.
Yeah, she felt like it's too late for me to correct it. But now I see the error of my way. I didn't know that he wasn't talking about my son.
That one little thing.
That one thing. And your damn kids after each other and just pick some new names. That's still gonna happen. Like that's what it drives me crazy.
No, a lot of this has a lot to do with the and I don't know if George R.R. Martin, I don't know if he's from over there in England, but that's where a lot of this come from because they love this Queen Elizabeth I, II, and she married her because you guys do know that
he's from Valyria.
Queen Elizabeth's husband was her like third or fourth cousin.
Yeah.
And y'all, his people were killed from they were what was it? I forget what they were farther north. I forget the name of the country they're in, but all of them were the people that were killed. They killed the whole family.
The whole British family is line bred like OD, so they just don't look like it. They just don't look like it.
Then you start getting, it ain't just white hair you start getting all sorts of just different deformities and things of that nature. That's not a good way to. I'm surprised Dany looked the way she did.
Yeah,
exactly. How she come out from so pristine 200 years later of line breed.
That's another family I wish they would follow and do a show behind.
Hers before them. So then they need to do that from when they got to fight when they with her brother and Robert Baratheon. They need to go back a little bit before that and do that, and then they need to go back and do.
They need to go back to her dad's.
What did I say? Her dad's story and the brother because
it's
the brother who
got. I'm a little tipsy. I probably didn't hear that.
Yeah, we have Targaryen wine. People. and
man, yeah. Thanks for explaining that to me as far as the how it could have got mixed up.
They need that Sunday and Grey Worm.
Oh wow!
So
well before the show, you have to order this in advance to get your name. So I did not know anything about.
Oh, that's dope. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
But I am a diehard fan, and I had ordered this like 2 months ago. So I ain't know nothing about the show. They couldn't have got this here that quick. I promise. I can't buy anything Game of Thrones. TJ is so tired of like you spending money on this and you spend. It gives me motivation to do what I need to do. You know. So.
It's like I'm a fan, but damn.
I tried to find somebody to make me the chair. At the end of the season, they was talking like $45,000 for a chair. I was like,
oh Jesus.
Yeah,
No.
I wanted that chair. I was like,
So his question is, well, TJ, if I can talk him down into 30, can we get it?
people buy $30,000 on snakes.
Well, you about to buy an
Well,
Iron Throne? Y'all about to buy an Iron Throne?
Look, that's next.
yeah, that's what he wants.
What can this chair do?
Mm.
Right.
Right.
Why don't you? Can you get like a copper throne and just like detail it?
Show you what he bought me with his little. Let me show you what he bought me being cheap. My cheap husband bought me this, y'all. He said it's close. I'm gonna get to.
It's a throne.
All right, give him one a little bit bigger. A little bit
See
bigger.
a little doll.
Hey,
You can
look,
sit in
if
there,
you
put
put
it in.
the camera in it just right, it looks just as big as the original.
And then look, then we got the eggs. I bought him this like what 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are,
Oh, nice.
but these are like
Those are gorgeous.
You know what? I wish they would have shown the little dragons growing up a little bit more.
Mm.
yeah,
That was
like when they showed.
Or we could have watched them hatch or something like that because they did hatch.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Let's write to the showrunners.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but they have an app out that me and TJ's been playing. Let me see. It's an app, and you get to raise a dragon.
You get to pick your own.
You get to pick your own dragon and name it, raise
Yeah.
it, make it fly. It teaches you like dragon language and stuff. Oh, let me start this.
Say it.
Hold on.
Oh, it's like Pokemon Go.
My feet. Okay, so well, then y'all ain't gonna be able to see the dragon this way.
You should have turned it around and see.
I should have turned it around and said it, but it won't show you. But there's a dragon in there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh shoot! Hold on, see can y'all see it if I spin it around?
oh, that's dope.
Dang, you can't even see the dragon. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
damn.
They dropped us on our face.
Let's try this thing again. Okay, go right there. But the game is called Dracarys. It's like in the spin.
Shakaris. Oh,
that's
that's
dope.
dope.
I don't know if you Android. I don't know if you Android players.
That's fire.
It's coming for me,
No, he
baby.
did.
It's an iPhone thing.
Yeah, take this.
That's fire. Oh my goodness.
Because you ain't team Apple, you ain't team nobody.
Oh,
Keep looking around with it.
damn.
No,
I'm about to kick you off, bro.
You gotta know who show you on when you say certain things.
there you go. There you go. Y'all see it now?
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at
It's
that
like
little
throwing my
dragon.
hair down and saying Team Butterfly. You can't do that.
Dracarys. It says look here. Hold on. Let me make him blow fire. Oh, he went to sleep now, y'all.
Yeah, he's asleep.
He's sick of y'all.
Okay, I woke him up. Dracarys. He doing everything but what I tell him to do.
Yeah, you already know.
Just touch it.
No Rocky.
See, that's what you get.
Okay, let's try it again.
Just touch it. He keep going to sleep. You know, just like reptiles, they act a fool when you.
They do what they want to do.
No, for real.
I'm gonna have to find that game.
Game of Thrones Conquest.
That's not it.
Oh no, that's the one where you play castle against castle.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
This is just called.
This is just Dracarys.
Well, I guess there it's in development for Android.
No, that's how you spell it, Keisha. Dracarys.
No, I put it up. They we don't got it. We don't got that.
Yeah.
So
It's
to piggyback off Prophecy's comment, who is y'all's favorite dragon?
Thank you. I've been asking that question since I've been sitting here.
Balerion. Oh, you come on the show?
Yeah, not in the books for us laymen who only watch the show.
It would be.
I'm going with Steve Smoke. Yeah.
Yes,
Who
Sea
you going
Smoke.
like? For me, it's
Steve
Raven.
Smoke.
Sea Smoke.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna go with.
I like the interaction of how just his throat rumble, how he was burning, how he was tearing up stuff.
For me, it's Maylee's. I like the way she interacts with Lee.
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all don't know this, but I've never. Well, y'all do know this. I've never been bitten. I've owned reptiles for 3 years. But saying that to say, I do like have one or two mean snakes just for like some people, just to be like, let me show you what it could be. You know. So that's why I like Vermithor, because just seeing him kind of like wild out every now and then, you just be like, let's see what a little cat, you know.
That lets you know how good the other snakes are.
Yeah.
Is that the big one? Which one was the one who killed all the bastard kids?
That was Vermithor. Vermithor.
Okay, the Vermithor. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But that man just killed everybody.
He was like, I ain't studying none of y'all. Ain't none of y'all finna claim
And
me.
it started eating the people. And I do like how they showed you the realness of that. I said whoever did this was like on point. Because they showed he would kill somebody with his mouth and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But he would only eat the ones he burned, because dragons only eat food that they burn. So it's like they stayed true to it throughout it. Like, I just love it. But then his girlfriend is
there's Keisha.
Hey Keisha.
Hey, Terrence going to use the bathroom, so here I am.
But Vermithor's girlfriend is Silverwing, and it's funny to see that Vermithor around her would tip everything, and Silverwing was just so chill. He stepped on her clutch, and she just like, get on back now. And then she went and smelt them and played with them, and the blue dragon that the drunkard went and claimed. What is his name?
Yeah. So did y'all notice the dragon egg when the drunk dude fell or whatever?
Yeah.
Y'all noticed the egg in the pool?
Yeah.
Now he stepped on the protective. Orlando told me.
Yes, because I know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Sorry.
The dragon expert.
Somebody told me that he didn't step on the actual egg. He stepped on the protective layer that they put around.
Because you remember,
and that's the only reason the dragon didn't kill him.
Yeah, because you know when Damon went in there and y'all seen him getting eggs the first season, he went in with a hammer to chip through that protective layer to get to the eggs. You remember when he went down there, when he climbed down the mountain, and they were saying they think those.
Oh yeah.
So, but I was gonna show y'all something. Where is it? This is my Game of Thrones playlist on YouTube, and I watch all of these just about every day. There's one I watch every day. But I go through all of these and watch these, and these are like tributes to each person.
Wow.
But it explains the whole story. If you watch these, you pretty much don't have to read the books, because this takes the best part of the books and explain it.
Yeah. I wish I could find.
Oh, nice.
I wish I could find that one. Hey, where's my favorite one? Oh, I even got like an hour-long thing of like dragon sounds, and I just listen to that sometimes. So I say
that's dope. That's dope.
They got the whole Dance of the Dragons in the cartoon version.
Oh wow.
And they
so you are a true fan.
And they even use the people. They even use the people who do the shows. They even use their voices to do it.
Yeah, their real voices are the ones that narrate everything.
Like they got Caitlin Stark.
Can I say that you two are an example of how a person can do a fandom and do it right?
Yeah.
Y'all are knowledgeable, but y'all are not gatekeeping. Y'all are not going on and cursing people out online. You're not harassing the actual people who are. You're not going to King Joffrey's house, right? Like people think that there's something wrong with being like very invested into a show or something, but there's a way to enjoy something and immerse yourself in something and it to be healthy and awesome and something that you can share with other people. I just think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I don't like how some people like say with the gatekeeping, where it's like, oh, if you're not a fan of this or that, or you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, well, you could tell me in a way that
like these Star Wars fans are. They make me not enjoy or even try to attempt to even review Star Wars content, because I watch it, I enjoy it, but I don't even bother reviewing it because they fans just so I just want to punch them in the face. I just want to go to a Comic-Con and knock some folks out.
From Alabama,
I'm going to an anime.
Everybody thinks that. What's that wrong?
October? No, like I go to like a lot of Comic-Cons and anime raves and stuff like that. You know, that should be lit, man.
But coming from Alabama, everybody assumes that we're Alabama fans, but we choose to be Auburn fans because Alabama fans, they do shootouts and fights. They'll fight their family, man. They are. You let them lose the game, and they are tearing up the whole city.
And I'm talking about my own family.
His own. I was okay.
You can say it. It's okay.
His family, but when it comes like my mom does LSU, I'm ASU. But we all like Team Auburn just because Auburn people would lose and be like, "Child, we don't care. It's all right.
It's the fun of the game."
And whenever we see somebody from Auburn, like we travel the whole country, so we'll see somebody with an Auburn shirt and be like, "War Eagle." They're like, "Yeah, I'm anybody." But when it's Alabama fans, they are so diehard, baby. They will flip calls when they team lose. So yeah, I could never be an Alabama fan. Sorry, people, but yeah.
I wonder how many people who
nobody claimed King Viserys Dragon, right?
Who's?
Oh, Viserys the dragon died after one ride. It was Balerion.
Oh shit! Okay,
I thought they should have did a flashback.
Oh yeah, dang! I forgot about that.
And that's why I thought they should have did at least a flashback. Show us the baddest, biggest dragon, because he was Balerion, the Black Dread. Let me show him to y'all on the wall. Hold on. There you go.
Do that too.
Above my, and that's why my.
Hey, Balerion.
All right, and that's why my car. Before I got my Black Throne monitor, I named my car Balerion the Dread. You can go back to 2023. September 2023 is when I got my car, and I called it the Black Dread, Balerion. And then I got when TJ let me got my lizard, I named it that. But it's like Balerion started everything. But saying that to say, Viserys rode the dragon one time because he was so old. He didn't think he could make a dragon stone, so he went around the Red Keep like 3 times and landed. So he was scared to take on the dragon stone. And then, but Balerion, King Viserys dragon Balerion was the one who came over with Vhagar. And what was the other one?
He's one of the originals, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was one of the originals.
He's one of the originals.
Dragon.
So he came over
How would you
with
say that?
Vhagar and what was the other dragon name? Meraxes. Because she was the one that got shot in Scorpion by the by what are those people? The Martells. The people from the desert. They were the only house who did not submit. They had to marry until, but they didn't submit. They fought like hell.
Right.
So, yeah. And even when those people died, I mean, even when after they killed her, Aegon and Visenya, they went over there and burned, it's saying so they couldn't do much anyway. But the people would do like guerrilla warfare. So they would go out and like destroy some shit and then disappear back into the sand. It's kind of like they do on the Doom. Like the people get up on the sand, you can't find them.
Sort of like they was doing when they was going over there across the water in season 1.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, but they was like they'll just disappear. They couldn't find them. They was like for the most they tried to burn. But it was the old lady who even started the House Martell. Oh, that's a whole nother story for another day. My bad. Go ahead.
No,
I'll be talking all day, y'all.
No, you good. Cause now I'm saying like I'm getting, you teaching me about some shit because I didn't know about the Fire and Ice, story. Like I didn't know the king only passed that story down to the person.
And that's why Damon had that story. You remember when
Damon don't even know it because he was never the heir, so he don't even.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So and you see, thank you for telling that, because there are some people who didn't know that. There's 2 right here who enjoyed the show and missed it. So
that's important. She said, "Oh my God, he didn't tell you," and so that let her knew he never planned on Damon being the heir. He was just letting it be like a facade for to keep everybody. Aegon never wanted Damon to be the heir.
Oh yeah.
But he was keeping that facade up to just keep the peace until he got a son. Because you need an heir or people act a fool,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ain't into politics. Let me leave that alone. Go ahead. But that's why sometimes, we just have to do what we need to do, people.
You got to do something.
I have to keep on.
Do something.
See, this is what I like the lives, because we get to interact. But sometimes when you're the person talking on the live, I think I'm talking to like y'all. You forget there are people watching.
That's a good thing. That's kind of, unless it's like a question, that's what makes it more organic than it's just a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence ain't in the bathroom no more. I'm gonna just let y'all know. He's been out of the bathroom for like 5 minutes, y'all. Where is Terrence at? I hope he's making breakfast. Oh,
we see that Terrence from that phone.
Look at him doing rat stuff.
Drink his green tea, and come back like that happened. We saw that in Daytona.
I was doing rat stuff.
Downstairs touching rats. We're supposed to be on the show, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the keeper in you. You just, oh shoot, I got a few seconds. Let me run and check on something.
Yeah. And then it turned into a whole 45 minutes.
We've all been there. Go in the room to do one thing and get distracted.
I know this ain't Hair Down Friday, but I just want to ask y'all, how long does it take each individual person to feed their collection? If you went down there one day and just feeding everybody today, how long would it take you to do that?
Well, I feed frozen
We
thawed
need to go
a
to
little bit longer.
Yeah.
so we can combine it.
An hour and 10 minutes because I got little hatches now.
Okay.
How many are you feeding?
Right. How many?
6, 8, about 30.
You know, reptile people never know how many they got. It's always about. Because we stay buying some trade.
It takes about an hour. Yeah.
Okay,
30, 35.
Okay, Elias, what about you?
About an hour.
About an hour?
Hour and a half.
About
And how many animals you got?
Around 100.
54.
Give or take.
Okay. Ooh.
Frozen thawed or
But we don't have. We feed frozen thawed, and I have all snakes. I don't have lizards or anything extra, so
Okay.
it's a little quicker.
Got it.
Yeah, I got all snakes and just frozen thawed.
Elias, do you want a lizard?
I do. I just want to wait till I get enough space because my dream lizard is a rhino iguana, and I also want at least 1 or 2 leeches. But I need more space than what I have.
I understand it because the new animals I just bought, 9 of them. I ain't telling y'all what they are till they get here. So, but it's not. I bought pythons. If I ever got bitten, it's gonna be this time. But saying that.
Shoot.
Get out now. Huh?
Yeah, you almost it's a snake, but it's So saying that to say, where was I going with this story?
We don't do everybody the same day though. You don't.
You said what, Sarah?
We don't do everybody the same day. We fade out in 2 days, so it don't take quite as long.
I have to do mine on that one day.
Hold on. I mean, miss, I'm a little tipsy. You said it takes you 2 days?
Because we do one group and then another group.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. You know, the alcohol kicking in.
So 2.5 hours.
When my daughter feeds my black throat monitor, she comes over. We can feed him. So he comes to her, no problem. When I come in, he knows I'm the only one to get him out. So he'll retreat. But then once I get him out, it bothers me because I feel like that's my dragon. She took him from me. Yeah.
And I feed the geckos.
Yeah, he feeds the geckos, and I do all the other snakes, and it takes me about an hour. But more so, like with the bloods, the short tails, bam, bam, done. Can feed them twice, 2 racks, no problem. But them ball pythons, don't move. Be still. It's like
his snakes want to watch him too much. Like come out and play instead of eat. It's like
I think it's because I use the clear tubs and not the tubs that everybody else. I use the transparent ones and they can see me when I go in there. Versus, but I gotta see my snakes. I can't just stick my hand over them. That's why I ain't never been.
Yeah, me too. I got the clear tubs too. I don't play that. I can't see you when I open the door.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
I have lights behind mine too. So yeah, but it takes me back.
Nice.
It takes me back to Game of Thrones. I mean, House of the Dragon when she called Vermithor, and then you just see he come in and everybody like, damn, I didn't know a dragon could be. Everybody has to. But can you imagine people seeing that for the first time? Like, yeah.
Man.
But yeah, that's all.
Thank y'all so much. This has been an excellent episode. We almost hit 2 hours. Like that's crazy.
Definitely. Like
y'all do know it will be a part 2 and a part 3 because we're gonna recap every season now that we did.
Right.
Seriously.
I have my
but it was great.
By that time, Wiz and Aaron and Banner, maybe Patrick. I think Patrick might have said something about he need to watch it, but we got 4 people, so we can have a full panel. So
we need y'all to watch, catch up. And guess what? Y'all don't have to watch Game of Thrones to watch House of the Dragons. Watch House of the Dragons first.
Yeah, exactly.
We may be
if you've never even seen Game of Thrones. And it probably watching it in that order will make you appreciate Game of Thrones more. Because like I said, ever since watching House of the Dragons, I'm starting to enjoy every time I see Daenerys with her dragons in Game of Thrones and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh, I get it now. That bond is like real. Like real.
Yeah.
But thank y'all so much, so much. Thank you to my panel, Keys and Keisha, TJ and Orlando and Ro 5-0. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you to the channel sponsors. Mutation Station, Lucy Landball Pythons, Candy Lady Creations, Flexing and Finessing, and Shed Outfitters. Thank y'all for always supporting the podcast. We're going to run this outro video, and we will see y'all next Saturday, 9 a.m. Central. It's going to be a music-heavy episode. I'm reviewing a couple of singles and an album, and I'm going to do different genres next Saturday. So we're going to have hip-hop, we'll have country, and we're going to have pop. I'll see y'all next week. And
what up?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Keys.
Yes, Sophisticated Ignorance tonight, man. You can see some
yes,
more
yes.
of us. Stop playing with your boys.
Yes, if you're enjoying Keys and Ro and everybody on the panel, please tune in tonight. And Wiz and everybody of the Wiz Tank Clan on Sophisticated Ignorance.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Tonight we got a good subject to talk about tonight, and of course we're gonna have ignorance.
For sure. That's a must. That's a given. Ignorance will always have it.
Right.
And if you missed Hair Down Friday, go back, watch the replay. It was great. Father Don cut his first clutch. Congrats.
Very first
and
clutch.
We had
Very first clutch.
Must have missed that thing.
It was great, yes. And there were also some other egg cuttings and stuff that happened. So please, if you missed the live last night, check out the replay. And we will see y'all next weekend. Weekend Warriors.
Weekend Warriors.
I love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Cinema Podcast stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around. Every episode, spitting truth, old school jams and the latest youth. We keep it real, no sugarcoat. Pop culture on the mic we wrote. So tell your friends and hit subscribe. Snake Cinema here to vibe. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. We're the hottest review in your street. Snake Cinema Podcast stepping in. You want some review, let it sink in. Hip hop vibe, we break it down.